So the thing about Todd Boehly is he's been straight ruthless with this window. If you're not good enough, you're gone. If you don't want to be here, you're gone. We're keeping players that want to be here and are part of our long-term project, and that is it. Where it takes us is where it takes us, but from the way Poch is talking, from the way Todd Boehly is moving, I feel optimistic. For the first time in months, I feel optimistic.
No, facts. Man saying about Colwell, like, do you reckon you'd accept money for him? Would you accept money for him? Do you reckon?
Not for Liverpool. If it was a case of Brighton, and again, if you're talking about that's the only way we get Caicedo,
you're Brighton with a buyback.
That's the thing. I wouldn't push for it, but I've been saying I'd understand it. The midfield's a bigger issue for us than the centre backs, but don't sell him to a top 6 side. The biggest worry that everyone has with selling Levi Colwill is that he will be at a top 6 side in 2 years or so. Put the buyback clause in if that's the case. Liverpool can fuck off. I'm not sending him to a top 6 side. That guy's got too high of a ceiling for us to be doing that. But Brighton, I don't mind. But I don't think we sell him anyway. I think he stays and you have him compete with Badiashile for the left centre-back position. Both have massive qualities to their game. Levi Colwill's passing is ridiculous. Colwill is Badiashile is just an absolute physical specimen. I think it's good competition personally, but I understand Colwill's stance too. He wants guaranteed game time with Euro 2024 coming up. And I totally get that. Fair play to you. Especially with Chelsea playing 1 game a week, there doesn't need to be a lot of rotation with our back line. You should just be having a setback for maybe put one player in, 1 player out, and that's about it. So I get it. Look after yourself. You need to sort out your game time so you can play in the Euros next season. If it means we loan him back, fine, but I'm not pushing to sell him to a top 6 side. That's going to be one of those where I feel like we're going to regret it in a couple of years' time. Although I feel like I'm saying that more as well because I haven't really seen him too much because I know people have made that argument for Mount and Havertz all the time too. They've played over 130 times with my football club. I've seen what they've done. I know what the story is with them. Colwill's played, I think he's had 12 starts for Brighton. Looked brilliant in those starts. Fair play to him, but it's not really enough to fully judge. That's why I'm not even saying he walks straight into the Chelsea lineup right now.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Chelsea fans are saying it. He might do. I'm not putting down Badiashile like that this early. Especially
also, it's too early to tell, bro, because like saying that someone has the ability to play for you and then have the ability to start week in, week out with the added expectation, the added pressure and all these other things, that's completely different, bro. We saw it with John Stones, bro. Like when he was at Everton. Do you know what I mean? It was almost too early, too much pressure. You know what I mean? And now, bro, he's coming into his own now, bro. But sometimes you just got to let players grow into who they're going to be. Do you know what I mean? Instead of who you think they're going to be. Do you know what I mean? Because, bruv, they put all these high expectations on these young players, and then when they don't hit the ground running, or if they don't hit the ground running, all of a sudden, do you know what I mean? Just like that, you're on fraud watch, bro. Like, you don't get time, innit?
But to be fair, Colwill is putting that pressure on himself because he's the one saying that he wants guaranteed playing time and everything, and he needs regular game time or he's going to leave. He doesn't really come across as the patient type, and I don't mind that. Like, I kind of respect it to a point, but you need to show that confidence on the pitch too. If you're saying,
you can have guaranteed game time. Doesn't mean I need to start every week. Guaranteed game time could mean, yo, I'm gonna get 35 games in a season. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like guaranteed game time isn't I have to play every week, I have to start every week. It just means that you need to be integrating me into the team. Do you see what I'm saying? So
what, like off the bench for most games and everything?
Yeah, but why not, bro? Like at the end of the day, yeah, like look, for instance, look at Man City now, yeah. Like people were saying, oh yeah, Foden don't start, and then I saw a stat that he started. Like, I mean, he doesn't play, but then I saw a stat showing that he played more than 2/3 of the games in the season. It's like, bro, if he's involved in the squad, he's getting minutes, he's playing in the cup games. Do you know what I mean? He's getting brought on and stuff like that to integrate him. It's fine. Like, I'm sure he's not saying, yo, I need to start every week, bro, for Chelsea, bro. Like, I don't think he's that deluded. As good as he is,
feel like
why would he just come straight in like that?
I feel like reporters are trying to make it sound that way. But I don't
doubt
know.
it is that,
I
though.
don't know. Because now we're talking about, I'm starting to deep that a little bit, because reporters can switch things any way they want. They can make him sound like a crybaby if they want to.
Exactly.
He's probably asking just to be involved within the squad. If that's the case, fair play to him. If he's asking to start every game, prove it. Pre-season's in a couple of weeks. Prove it. Be better than Badiashile, and you'll get all the game time you want.
But this is it. Like, bro, like when you're at a club like Chelsea, I doubt someone of his age and experience is saying, yo, you have to start me. I very much doubt that. Do you know what I mean? But the media can make it look like that. But he just probably wants to say, you know what?
Like that. We had Courtois when he came back to us. He was like, I have to start over Checker. I'm leaving.
No, I hear that, but Courtois, yeah, his arrogance and all that is different. Do you know what I mean? And it's just one of them ones where people know that's his personality. Like, we don't really know what this youth's personality is right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But all we know is that he clearly believes in himself, which is fine. But he knows that he's at Chelsea. So when you got a team with Bernardo, you got Fofana that you spent X amount of million on, and all these other players, I seriously doubt he's gonna be rolling true and saying, yo, have to start, man. Like, it's not that deep. I think he just wants to be in contention. I think he wants to know that, yo, manager rates me, and if I'm playing well enough, I'm going to get the opportunity, you know, like that. And that's what I feel.
Where are the opportunities? Because with one game a week, it's a lot harder. You can't rotate as much as when you have Champions League football, or even Europa or Conference League football, especially when you play further back. I remember when we 16-17, it was the same back five. Alonso, Cahill, Luiz, Azpilicueta, Moses. Never changed a thing. Every single game. Same back five. I would anticipate it'd be the same thing for us. And for us too, centre-back is probably our best position. You got Silva, Fofana, Badiashile. I think he goes over Trevor Chalobah, but Trevor Chalobah's there for competition as well.
Yeah, it's your deepest position.
Koulibaly left. But that's the thing. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of competition there.
Yeah, so, but it's because I think you lot were trying to play free at the back, innit? And that's why man overly stacked centre back options now.
Yeah, now we're trying to switch to a back four. I think a lot of conversation has been like Poch wants to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 variation.
He always does.
Type. So it's going to be even less positions to work with. I see his stance, but I think eventually you have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself, even at coming back to a new club and everything like that. I don't know what his attitude is, but we will find out as pre-season goes. Because if he doesn't play well and he keeps talking about game time, then I think it'll be a bit of a different energy. But I get it. You got to look after yourself. Chelsea are trying to be smart and sign him to a long-term deal. Colwell's trying to be smart and look after his long-term future. It goes both ways.
Facts. I big up Tom for the super chat. Lewis, he said, with Rice gone, do I ask about Kane now? I don't know.
Todd's always been super chatting me asking about Declan Rice to Chelsea, just because I've said it's never happening for like 3 years. But ain't happening. It ain't happening. We have never dropped a bid for him. We've just been linked with him for years because some fans have had some wet dream about Declan Rice being at Chelsea because he's Cobham and all of that. If we wanted him, we show interest. But he's always been too overpriced for me. I think he's a good player and all of that, but he's not 100 million. Nowhere near that. I'd rather spend 80 or something and get Caicedo. I think it's better value for money. Yeah. That's literally
Chelsea only have 40. Yeah, Chelsea only have 40 guaranteed games next season. There won't be any rotation as soon as Poch finds centre back. That's crazy. Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Bastard! I wanted Europe just because of this shit.
Yeah, that is literally it. That's right. So that's
what?
Obviously
no, that don't make sense.
It does. It says guaranteed. So that's obviously if you have long cup runs, then you have more.
But so get knocked out of both cup competitions.
That's what I mean. So that's the least amount of games you can play in it. Like those are guaranteed. Nothing else is guaranteed because you obviously have to win these games.
Okay, so we might get to the 50 mark. All right, I'll take that.